gonna do a full face using my #1 product from each brand. Starting off strong with the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Brow. This stuff will lay your brows down. I'm sorry, I did get this idea from TikTok, but I don't remember where I saw it. So if you remember the person who started this trend, please tag them below, give them the credit. Primer is a real tough one for me, but we're going in with the One Size Secure the Glow. It's just a beautiful, hydrating, slightly tacky primer. If we're really being honest, we know there's 2 winners in this category, but that's good. For foundation, we chose the Maybelline Superstay Skin Tint. This is definitely my favorite product from Maybelline. For concealer, we're going with Dominique Cosmetics because these concealers are actually so good. The applicator is not my favorite personally, but the product itself blends beautifully and just goes on and stays on in a very smooth and hydrated way. For the ultimate lip plumper, it's Too Faced for me. I love a lot of the lip plumper glosses, but this is the one that stings the most, but also does the most. This is the Too Faced Maximum Plump Lip Injection. Cream contour, say it with me, Anastasia Contour Stick in the shade Fawn. It is the best. Although I did just order the new Dior one to try, so let's see how it compares, but you guys know how much I love this one. It's just the perfect color for me. Cream blush was a tricky one, but I'm actually gonna go with Catrice in R and Peach. This is a beautiful, beautiful shade and definitely my #1 product from Catrice. Just look at that color and the finish, and the staying power is actually really, really good. So I take it on the back of my hand, I press it into my sponge, and then onto my face. I love videos like this because I just know I'm gonna love my makeup at the end because it's like the top of the top in my collection. Setting powder is a sad one because I don't have a current favorite. It would have been Givenchy Prisme Libre in the shade #3, the old version, because they fucked up and created a new one. So I'm not going to use that one. I'm actually going to do a separate video on some new powders, so stay tuned for that, and then I'll come back when I have my face set. Moving on to eyeshadows, this is one of the hardest to pick, but it had to be P. Louise. My #1 product from P. Louise is their shadows, although I love a lot from P. Louise. It's probably my #1 brand right now. The shadows just lay down and blend so easily. I love it. I'm using the shade Union right now. Then I'm gonna go with this shade right here. It's a little cool tone called Charming, and this is gonna go in our outer portion of our eyelid. My friend's getting married in a couple weeks and I'm in the wedding, and I might do this exact eye look because I really like these 2 shades together. Now let's find a shimmer. Let's go in with the shade Love right here, which I think is a perfect, yeah, like shimmery champagne shade on the finger. Look at that. Not sure if I already said it, but that's a Wedding Wish XL palette from P. Louise. Now it's time for powder, bronzer, and powder blush. Bronzer is gonna be from Sigma. This is their matte bronzer in the shade Light. It's just a beautiful color, so blendable, yet pretty pigmented, and it just gives this like soft airbrush look to the face as well. For powder blush, Rare Beauty, but specifically the shade Cheer. This one caught me by surprise. I fell in love with it as soon as I used it for the first time. I bought this one because Selena said it was her favorite, and I was like, oh, let me try it. Absolutely love. Perfect shade. It's just so beautiful. Gives that amazing sheen to the face. It's, yeah, just yes. Just to make sure the look is cohesive, I always like to add a little bit of blush to my crease, and it adds just that hint of color, you see? You already know mascara was going to be a tubing mascara, but the Tartelette Tubing XL mascara really knocked my socks off. So Tarte, this is the #1. I mean, those are definitely XL lashes. Just wiped off the lip plumper because now it's time for lips. And this lip combo I've done a million times, and these really are my top products each. So I start out with Stone from MAC. This is my #1 product from MAC. Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude, also my #1 from Charlotte Tilbury, and then the Sephora collection in the shade #32 for the center. I started by overlining top and bottom just to about here with Stone, and now with Iconic London, I actually go over that, but then to the edges and a little bit more in as well. And the concealer style color, which is #32 from Sephora. I usually just dot it like that, and then I spread it out with my finger. You cannot tell me that is not an iconic lip, but I am gonna add a gloss on top because my #1 gloss from Fenty is the one in Diamond Milk. I don't know if it's around anymore, but it is the best, absolutely the best. Like icy white. Oh, look at that shine. Oh my God. I was also thinking about Patrick Ta. She's expensive, but I just love so many products from Patrick Ta. I'm like, is this the number one? I don't know. I couldn't decide. But in my collection for Fenty, this is my number one. So I went with that. But this is the final look. What do you guys think? I need to know. If you were to do a full face of your number one items from each brand, list some of them out for me. What are some number ones that you're like, absolutely, if somebody were to ask me what my number one product from Maybelline is, or Charlotte Tilbury, or P. Louise, or One Size, etc., please let me know. This was really fun to do. I'll see you guys later.